Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I already recorded this video once and it got way too long. Way too much tangents and ramblings. So I'm gonna try to shorten it up again. Try to make that a thing going forward. First, for the new drivers, right? This is going to be a little bit of info for the new drivers and a little bit of info for owner-operators, right? This is a informational video. First off, there's a lot of guys on YouTube, right? I am one of many. This industry and where you are 20 years from now is absolutely dependent upon you. It's your attitude and your work ethic and your drive and determination that is going to dictate how well you do in this industry, right? Life will throw shit at you. It always does. But your personality is what will determine the 20-year, 30-year outcome. Okay, it's like the stock market. It goes up, it goes down, but it balances out over time, right? Well, your attitude is going to dictate where you land at the end of your career and how your career goes. Right? I said in the last video, where you want to be 5 years from now, absolutely up to you. Can you make six figures driving a truck? Absolutely. It's not a fucking unicorn. Can you make 75, 95, even 100,000 a year as a local driver? Absolutely. Completely up to you. You have to have the work ethic and you have to grow up and have the drive to want to do better and actually put the plans in place to do it, right? It's completely up to you. All right. Now, wiper blades. I put the Bosch Focus blades on yesterday afternoon. It rained a little bit this morning. They do great. If you're a new driver, go out and get, most of the newer trucks have the same wiper blades that your car has. It's not, the old school trucks, you had to get blades specifically for the truck because it had two nut and bolts, and you actually had to screw it on. It was two nuts and two bolts that held the blade on. Nowadays you can go to Walmart, O'Reilly's, Napa, anywhere, and pick up wiper blades. So I highly recommend it. I used Bosch Icons on my previous trucks, the T800 and the T880 company trucks. Those run about $25. These Bosch Focuses are now the top of the line Bosch blades, and they ran $29 and some change. Apparently they have a coating on them that as you use them, it kind of like waxes the windshield, almost like Rain-X, I guess is the best way to describe it, for better night vision, because if any of you have used Rain-X, that's another thing. I highly recommend you get some Rain-X. Use it on your mirrors, use it on your door windows. If you use Rain-X on your windshield, you can drive through a rainstorm in the middle of the night and not need to use your windshield wiper blades. You It won't affect your visibility at all unless it's a very heavy downpour. Or you have a lot of headlights coming at you, then you may need to hit them every now and then. Anyway, so that's why I upgraded to these ones. Most of your companies, ask your DMs, ask whoever is in charge. A lot of companies will reimburse you the cost if you turn your receipts in with your paperwork. The shit ass Alcoa blades that you can get at any truck dealership or TA, Loves, whatever. Those are only going to run like $5 to $7 a blade, but they suck. Okay, so your company might only reimburse you like $12-15. Either way, even if they don't reimburse you at all, it is well worth you going out and buying top of the line blades for your windshield. You're the one that has to drive the truck, and up here in the Midwest with the rain and the snow and all the shit, they typically last me 2 years. So if you're driving more in the west and the south, and you're not having to use your wiper blades as much, you're not getting ice and snow and all that crap as much, they might last you 3 or 4 years. So it's worth every penny. Alright? And get a bottle of Rain-X, because the Rain-X on the mirrors, that's the key. No more having to roll your window down to back into a dock or whatever when it's raining outside. You're gonna thank yourself every time you have to do it. Alright? And it's very minimal money. $60 on blades, even get the Bosch Icons, $50. And then $7-8 for the bottle of Rain-X. You're good to go. And now for the owner operators. There's one other thing I was going to say for new guys, but now I can't remember what it was. I might end up filming it. I have to replace the fuel filter on my truck, right? And new guys, talk to whoever runs your company's shop. See if you can get 1 or 2 extra fuel filters. If you run up north especially, see if you can get 1 or 2 extra fuel filters to keep in your side box. Alright, and go out and pick yourself up a filter wrench for $15, $20, whatever. And it's not hard to change a fuel filter. I mean, it's just a filter. Okay, unscrew it. Fill the new one up with diesel, and then go ahead and pop screw it on. That's all you have to do. Is this guy fucking waiting? Dude, these people are so... What are you doing? What time is it? Oh, it's 6:50. These guys are gonna start going in now. At any rate, it's very simple. And so if you even as a company truck, you want to keep 1 or 2 on the truck if you can, if your company will allow you to, because when your truck starts to gel, a lot of times all you got to do is switch put a new fuel filter on real quick, and it'll at least be able to get you to the next truck stop, or if you're already heading south, it'll get you out of the cold weather. and you're good to go. Looking back, if I was a company driver today, especially if I was OTR, I might even go ahead and just buy my own fuel filter to keep in the side box. I think the one for my truck, and it's a 2015 ProStar, I think that was only like $23. All right, but again, if you're up in Minnesota or northern Wisconsin or some shit like that, and you start gelling up, $23 could be a lifesaver. All right. Now, when I do mine, I am actually going to, I'm going to write this down. I'm actually going to fill it about 3/4 of the way with Power Service. And then I'm going to top it off the rest of the way with just diesel from the old filter. That way, I want to try to clean out my injectors, especially going into the cold temperatures. I want to clean and lubricate the injectors, right? So that's why I'm doing it. There's a video. I don't know how to link crap in the description. So, let me pull it up here, and I will just tell you. Go check out a video. The title of the video is called "Which Diesel Anti-Gel Additive is Best? Let's Find Out." And the channel that it's on is Project Farm. A friend of mine sent that to me. I found it very interesting. I use Hot Shot Secrets. In fact, I'm parked here, so hold on a second. Grab this bottle. Yes, it is FR3. I use, in the winter months, I use FR3, right? Hot Shot Secrets FR3. I use this in the semi, and I use it in my pickup truck. I've noticed the oil temp is, I just put it in the pickup truck. Got the oil changed like 2 weeks ago. I just put it in on Monday, and from then to now, the temperature's dropped. The oil temp has dropped about 12 to 14 degrees. And it seems like it keeps getting better as that gets worked in, because I don't put a crap ton of miles on the pickup truck. But I run that in the semi too. I normally run EDT, their everyday fuel treatment. I have not ran it for probably a month, just because I've been busy paying shop bills and haven't gotten around to placing an order. I will probably place an order this afternoon. I want to get some more FR3 because I want to add FR3 to both of my pumpkins and the hubs on my steer. I'm thinking about... this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I may drain some fluid out of the transmission and add 20 ounces to that. It's kind of I don't know. We'll see what the weather's like, really. I'm not going to get down there in the snow and freeze my ass off and all that stuff. I can wait till spring if that becomes the case. So all these guys are waiting for Maersk boxes, and they're fucking everything up. But I need to run inside real quick. I kind of don't want to. At any rate, so I'm going to add FR3 to basically all my lubricants. Friction reducer lowers the friction, which lowers wear and tear on internal parts and lowers... Yeah, I'm gonna jump out here and go in. Hold on, guys. Alright, we're back. Sorry. Had to check my booking to see if it was a standard or high cube or, flex, which means either or. I have a feeling all these trucks in front of me are waiting for Maersk cans. The can I have to get is all the way at the other end of the facility, so I gotta fucking wait for all of them just so I can get around them. But at any rate, that's my problem, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to add the FR3 to all of the lubricants. Again, I think I said it, but having the friction reducer reduces wear and tear on the internals, and so it'll make the rear ends, all that shit last longer. And it reduces the heat, which heat is kind of the enemy of anything mechanical. So, and I'm assuming if I reduce the friction on the axles and in the engine, I mean, theoretically I should get a little bit better fuel mileage, right? I don't know. We'll see. I would assume so. Maybe not like huge, but when you're paying somewhere between 50 and 60 grand a year on fuel, I guess any little bit helps. So that's the plan for the FR3. In the winter months, as far as oil additives go, I think they call it TBN Booster, which is the Hot Shot Secrets viscosity booster. That seems to work really well. I don't use it in the winter only because I think the truck would have a harder time starting, because this stuff really works. Really works good as far as a viscosity booster goes. And so, I was running 20,000 miles in between oil changes and had zero drop as far as my PSI on my oil pressure, all of that, which normally as your viscosity weakens, you'll notice your PSI dropping. I didn't have any of that. So Hot Shot Secrets, all the owner operators, if you haven't looked into them yet, you should look into them. Great products, not too bad of prices. Some of their stuff you kind of have to do math on. They have a lot of different sizes, I guess. You can get shit all the way up into like a 55-gallon drum. And so, like for the FR3, going with the 32-ounce bottles is cheaper than the smaller bottles, like the one I just showed you. And then with the EDT, I buy it by the gallon, $75 a gallon. Ships for free, and then I just have I ordered some of the little bottles with my first order, and I have a funnel, and I just keep refilling those. It saves quite a bit of money. I only use 3/4 of the little bottle in each tank per fill up, so that gallon lasts me like a month and a half. So it's a lot cheaper than the other additives, and it actually works. Go check that video out that I mentioned. on Project Farm. He does a couple of tests that kind of prove that Houzz sucks. So, anyway, I think that's going to be the video. I'm trying to get shit done over here. Again, gobble gobble, happy happy, merry merry. I'm gonna try. I wanna record the fuel filter thing, but honestly, changing a fuel filter isn't like that hard. You just unscrew it and screw the new one on. But I'm gonna try to squeeze through here, so you guys be good.